Yes,
and
sir.
different age group of people also. There are some people who are around 70 years people also.
Yes, yes, sir.
And yesterday one, no, yesterday one resource person participated from Canada.
Yes, sir. Good, sir.
That is the advantage of this technology.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now it is 1:30, so I don't want to waste time. And there are 21 participants, and I hope in next 5 minutes other participants will also join.
Yes.
This is Professor Amit Kumar Singh. He is the youngest professor. I also call him the latest professor. And I'm very proud to introduce him because he belonged to Mizoram University. I think technically he also belongs to Mizoram University. And he joined our university in 2007. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
2007, when the
Yes, sir.
management department was started in our university. He was one of the founding faculty members. He joined as assistant professor. At that time, he just completed, after completion of his PhD, he came here as assistant professor. And of course, afterwards, he became associate professor. And now maybe within a year, it is possible for him to become a professor under CIS. But interestingly, what happened is now he just very recently, a few weeks back, maybe a few months back, he moved to BBA University, that is Babasaheb BhimRao Ambedkar University, which is a central university, Lucknow. And by facing a very stiff competition. So that really, we should say that that really made us to feel happy, because as an assistant professor who joined in 2007, it is possible in higher education system to become a professor, without depending on CIS. So that is why I'm giving this detail, is because most of our participants are very young. So it is possible, for every one of us to learn something from other teachers, from others' experiences. So that is why, and I need not mention much about his publications, his research projects, and his area of expertise, management, organizational behavior, and HRM. Of course, today he is going to speak about research-related topic, theory building in social science research. He is going to discuss about that. So I don't want to stay between you and Professor Amit Kumar Singh. So thanks, Amit Kumar, for accepting our request, and now it is your time.
Thank you so much, sir, for your I will say encouraging introduction. But whatever I am here today, because of the Mizoram University, because what activity work I did, what I learned, those things were from the Mizoram University and senior professors like Professor Jyoti Kumar sir and others. So what these achievements are not my alone achievement, but this is achievements of my friends, scholars, and university system. Because as sir has mentioned, so even in the very tough competition and interview, so many things were administrative things were asked, which Mizoram University has already did, like implementation of NEP and MOU,
Yes.
publication, student development. So I got these things on the basis of the work that I performed in Mizoram University by learning with my senior colleagues. So I am so thankful to you, sir, and whole Mizoram University colleagues for those things. And again, coming to on this topic, uh, theory building in social science research. So just I would like to share my screen and a PPT, and after that we can start those things. Sir, my screen is visible.
You're trying, but not yet. You close it and again start.
Internet may be little slow, sir. No? That's why it may be coming. Now it is visible, sir.
We are seeing only your home screen.
Yeah, this is the main screen. No, this theory building in social science research presented by Kumar Singh.
No.
Sir, it's not coming. Let me share again then. Sir, now you can see my screen.
I am there on your screen. No, again you try. Or anyone from HRDC, better you share with HRDC people so that they will show, or you will try again.
Yes, sir.
So,
sir, it's coming.
No, not yet. Better you send to HRDC people, and they will try. Is it better?
Then
you take 5 minutes, no problem. That is better. Sending to it, or you will try again.
Why it is not coming, sir? That's why I don't know.
I am seeing my face only on the screen, which I don't like.
Hey, जरा आकाश को बुलाओ. बोलो. अब बाद में करा लेना, अभी एक लेक्चर चल रहा है, उस वक्त कर दूंगा. Sir, I send my PPT in your WhatsApp also.
HRDC, yeah. 1 minute, okay.
HRDC WhatsApp and mail is not with me, sir.
Oh, okay. No, that is nothing but okay. I will post there.
Yeah.
Shreya, just check organizers group, refresher course organizers group. I posted there.
Sir, I'm loading right now.
Yeah. Amit Kumar ji, you can because you have a meeting at 3. You said you have a meeting at 3 o'clock. So difficult to continue till 3 o'clock. Otherwise, you may continue up to 2:50 or something like that. Up to you.
Yes, sir. 2:55 I can continue, sir. No problem.
Yeah, 250 like that also no problem. And the last 10 minutes try to devote for interaction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
आकाश जरा इधर से आ जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ये स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं तो स्क्रीन जो है ये पीपीटी जाने में कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगी। स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है, नहीं दिख रहा है ना सर? अब दिख रहा है कि नहीं?
Yeah, he's trying. Our HRDC staff, they are trying.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I
Yes,
will share the screen from here, and then I'll give the control to you.
Oh, okay.
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 Now it's coming.
Okay.
No, it's not from my
sir,
side.
now it's coming.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now, how to control it? Again, controlling.
No,
means,
Sir is sharing on his own, sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry, is sharing.
Yeah.
Amitji. Okay. Now it's fine. Amitji.
Yeah.
Yeah. You continue.
Yes, sir. Now it's coming, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, then now we can start.
Yeah, please. Be calm and okay. Be calm and you continue. Okay, and nothing to. No need to be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So good afternoon to all of you. It's my great pleasure that I had got an opportunity to discuss something related to the theory building in social science research. Once again, I am so thankful to Professor Kumar, sir, HRDC cell, Mizoram University, for giving me such type of opportunity to deliver a speech, or exactly not deliver a speech, you can say, to discuss something related to the research methodology or any academic activities which is important in this research. So, as with discussion of Professor Kumar sir, Bhartendu sir, I had selected this topic, the theory building in social science research. Because in the research, nowadays we are looking that most of the researchers, they are following too much and concentrating too much on the statistics. But statistics alone will not serve the purpose. Or in so many thesis research paper, when we see that there are the statistics are number, so that is a good research or good paper. Things are not like that, because those numbers and statistics explains only when a good theory will become, only when a very effective hypothesis will be designed. If there is no very effective hypothesis or no theory, no concept, not a very good research question, so what this statistics and number will do? Just like simply you can see, if we are visiting a doctor and he is not diagnosing that what kind of disease or what kind of test is required, and simply going for so many tests, this blood test, sugar test, 1 to 100 tests, so that will not be a good diagnosis, or this can be say at the good doctors. So that's why theory building and hypothesis specification is most important in conducting the research. And no one should neglect or less focus on these things in comparison to the statistical analysis, data analysis, and data interpretation things. So important thing is that how we will go for the theory building, or what kind of research we are going to do. So in so many models we see, or when we see the, especially in master degree classes, textbooks, so we get very linear model of research process or research methodology. But things are not so easy, and especially if it is the behavioral science, so too much complications are there. So that's why when I was searching, what methodology, if we see Aristotle, Plato, and so many philosophers, they are following that everywhere you can get them. So finally we saw that even this research onion, if our research process, we will consider a model like this when we are going for the hypothesis specification or theorizing, or to build a theory. In this lecture, we will more focus on only the theory building process, not the testing process. So first we have to look that in which philosophy we are going to conduct the research, which philosophies we are choosing, like this radical humanist, interpretism, pragmatism, subjectivism. So these are the different philosophies. So can anyone tell me, when we are going for the management and commerce research, or especially the social science research, which philosophy we follow? Anyone who can give little bit clue? Are you able to listen? I am audible.
No, no, Amit Kumar ji.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Our system is our HRDC, as per our HRDC norms. They can only give comments in the chat box and Q&A box.
Okay, okay, sir.
They don't have access
Okay,
to audio.
sir.
They don't have audio or video access. Okay, but they will post the questions or anything there in the chat box. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Then good. Then good, sir.
Yeah.
Then I will go directly straight. Yes, sir. So in different philosophies, just like in the very beginning, we will see key assumptions we are taking, what kind of assumptions they are taking. If we were thinking on the theology, so the assumptions of the theology is that based on our belief, that assumptions surely we have to follow, because if we believe that there is existence of God, the God exists, no need of testing those things. But when we are going for the management and commerce education especially, then we follow the post-positivist approach or the post-positivist philosophy. Because what actually happened, in the beginning when the research were conducted, or in the under the philosophy of theology or theologism, so some researchers who were mainly focusing on the quantitative approach and on the testifications, they criticized these things, and then the concept of realism and interpretism, these are originated. Testing is important. So how things will be tested. So after that, when the science people dominated, and as we say so many times in the behavioral research also, the scientific research. So when it is dominated by these statisticians, and especially science people like natural scientists, physics and chemistry, then they adapted the testing methodology based on the numbers and totally on the numbers. So in those cases, the positivism philosophy is originated. But later what happens, when we look the behavioral science, converting anyone's behaviors, anyone's attitudes on number alone may not be justified, because one way we were converting the behavior into the number, and then number again into the behavior, and the distance that we were getting on the number line, like what is the difference between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3, that difference we will not exactly get in the anyone's behavior. So it was criticized too much. Then again, this qualitative approaches were originated, they were advocating. Finally, this post-positivism approach came, which mainly considers the mixed method of research, in which we focus, give the weightage to the number as well as the logics. Another thing, after identification of the philosophies, appropriate philosophies, we get for the choices. Choices may be the deductive or inductive. And in deductive, we have enough information on the basis of which we can design the hypothesis. But in inductive, we may not that much information, and we go for the action research and this. Especially if we go for the management related research, and action research is now getting importance. So, and after that, we go for the different strategies, experiments, survey, case studies, grounded theory, ethnography, action research, archival research. So many different methods are there. We are discussing these things, but under which subject you are conducting the research, you have to choose means one by one, like this, starting from your philosophies. Then mono method, mixed method, multi method, different methods of approaches are there. Then our study is cross sectional or longitudinal, and after that finally we can go further designing the objective and this development of the hypothesis and all those things. So things are not very complicated, or this is not very much linear, which we are following research model, just starting from identification of problem, then your literature review, data collection, data analysis, this. Because in which philosophy you are identifying the problem, approaches may be the different. In which philosophy you are identifying the methods, approaches may be the different, methodology may be the different. In science, things may be easy, but in behavioral science, same thing can be interpreted by the different peoples, because our perception may be the different. Our perception is developed on the so many environmental factors, so many cultural factors. So that's why things are quite complicated here. So we can adapt this research onion model for identification of the appropriate methodology of the research. So whatever the research philosophy, different research philosophy we talks, so just I tried to arrange these things in a chronological order. In the very beginning, just we were talking about the theologism. In theology, our assumptions is our belief, and that is not testable. If God exists, our belief is that God exists, God exists. If our belief is that X is very beautiful, this is our belief, and nothing is to be taken by the other peoples. If my belief is that Mizoram University is doing excellent under the philosophy of this theology, then Mizoram University is doing excellent. But when we are going for the rationalism, then there are other so many factors. It should be testified. If my belief is that Mizoram University is doing excellent, so what are the parameters on which we are measuring the excellency? How we are testing, how we are giving the logic that it is doing the best. So these things are arranged like this. Empiricism is also based on the testing philosophy. Natural philosophy, in which the quantitative, I think especially the natural philosophy is developed by the physics and science people. So scientific methodology originated from here, and then we were talking about the positivism. Just we have discussed in the research onion. In positivism, testification is based on the quantitative methodology. And as I discussed that when positivism got immense importance, then the quality advocates of this qualitative method approaches, they were against this positivism philosophy. Just we told that how you are converting anyone's behavior on the numbers, how you are converting anyone's attitude on the numbers. Then this post-positivism is emerged. So most of the management, commerce, and social sciences research now we are conducting, especially management and commerce, that falls under this post-positivism approach, in which both have the concept we take this qualitative and quantitative. Another thing just we were talking, how when we look great philosophers like Newton, Aristotle, and others, what philosophy or what methodology of the research they are following, in which everything is involved, everywhere their methodology is considered. So three basic things are very important for conducting any kind of research, and that is one is the ontological questions. And basically these type of questions or these methodologies developed by the church peoples. So first is the ontological questions, in which the questions are related to the nature of existence or being. Another thing is the epistemological questions, in which the study focus on the origin of knowledge, what is the main sources, means how the things are originated. First, what are the things? Second, how the things are originated. And when we are taking both the things, this ontological questions and epistemological questions together, and taking the principles and rules, understanding the organization of inquiry, and that is the
Amit
methodological
Kumarji,
process.
you are still
Yes, sir.
in the first slide. Are you going to the next slide or
No,
first
no,
slide only?
sir. This is third slide, sir.
But we are seeing only the first slide. That is why we just go to the next slide. Second slide we couldn't see.
Which slide, sir, you can see? This is nature paradigms of basic belief.
No, only first slide. It is stopped there itself. Only first slide.
यार जरा आकाश को बुला के लाओ.
Second slide also we couldn't see. That research onion, no?
Yes, sir. Research onion slide you can't see, sir.
We can't see. We see only small in the margin. We are seeing it.
Okay, sir.
So maybe it is not moving.
I don't know, sir, what problem is coming.
No, okay. Then
Sir, now you can see anything.
Same. No, not moving. Okay, if it is difficult, you continue your verbal without PPT also. It is interesting without PPT also.
Without PPT.
Yeah.
I can continue with without PPT also.
Yeah. That's also fine. Yeah, that's also fine. Later on, you can share
Otherwise,
PPT. No, later on, you can share PPT for our participants.
Shall we share it from our side?
Yes, that will be better.
Okay, please help him. Please help him.
Yes. Then I am stopping sharing.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't worry, they will share. नहीं जाने दो. They will share. If they will share, it will be better for me also, sir. I can see that it is going or not.
Sometimes it happens, no, unexpected problems in research. In research also, there are some unexpected problems like this. Yes, now I go to the second slide. Yeah. Yes, this is first one. Next slide.
Hello, Sir Amit.
Yeah. This is first slide. Next one. Go to the next one.
Sir Amit there. Sir.
Amit is there.
Can you click the screen? Click the screen see if it's moving.
Click the screen.
Sir, we cannot hear you.
Amit. Yeah. Now it is second. Yeah, now it is moving. I go to the second one. Amit, it is moving. Go to the second one. Yes. Yes, Amit, it is the second side is there. You can carry on. Amit, you have muted it.
I think there is something wrong with his mic, sir.
Amit, Professor Amit, not audible. Not audible. Hello, Amit. Hello? Amitji, please continue. Amitji. He is not responding.
I think he is not hearing us, sir.
Amitji. Amitji. Professor Amit. Professor Amit. Yeah. What to do? Professor Amit. You are not able to hear us. So what is the problem? Some settings problem your side, maybe. No, better then remove the screen. Please don't share the screen. You close it and give your lecture. No problem. That is better. Yeah. So HRD people, please close the screen and you will give lecture without screen. That is better. Okay. Shriya.
Yes, sir.
That is better. Close the screen and you will give lecture.
Yeah, I have closed, but
Yeah.
there is a problem from his side, sir. Not because of the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's connecting audio.
Okay. Is it okay, Amitji? Amit Kumar. Amit Kumar, you can give lecture now. Hello. Amit Kumar ji. Amit Kumar. No voice. No voice, Amit Kumar, you just log out. You log out and join again. No need for screen. You log out and join again. Yeah, I asked him to log out and he will join again. If there is network issue, then it should be totally disconnected. No, he is not disconnected. Hello? Hello? Is it okay? Amit Kumar, now is it okay?
Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You have to log out from other device. There is an echo in your voice.
Echo is there.
You have to log out from other device.
You log out from other device and join from here only. Okay, continue, Professor Amit ji.
कितना इको क्यों आ रहा है? सर आप किसी का फोन का माइक खुला है इसलिए इको आ रहा है. सर अब ठीक है?
You know, it is like revising syllabus 10 times. So you are revising syllabus 10 times. So now we continue, we will see.
But sir, same thing is coming.
Sir, are you using two devices for logging in?
No, I am using the laptop, sir.
This much echo I have never experienced.
Remove mirror. Sir, are you using two laptops?
Me?
No, I mean, sir.
Amit sir, use only one laptop, only one device. Switch off mobile phone also. Now we start. Amit, say hello.
Yes, sir.
So it is. I think our participants are getting some entertainment. Some entertainment is also required, no, in online. No?
Sir, I am trying by mobile also. Let's see. But problem is from there, sir.
Sir, you're trying in your mobile.
Now he wants. Now he wants.
Phone also.
Yeah, he wants to try.
If you are using two devices near each other, there will be echo.
Now still echo is coming.
You know, actually, Amit Kumar recently entered into that chamber. Just 3 days back, he told me that he got a new chamber. I think still his computer system and settings are not yet ready. Maybe that is the problem. So what to do? Let us wait. Actually, he was giving a lecture without slide. I should have. Now I feel I unnecessarily interrupted. I should have continued him to give lecture without PPT. Serious problem, Amit ji.
Sir, can you rejoin once again? Deputy sir. Because our system administrator is telling that problem is from your side.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear now?
Sir, did you use your phone to log in?
Masih yours faithfully di ba ang wanzagan ni.
Hello? Hello? Amit Kumar, you try now?
Yes, sir. I am trying my mobile also.
No, your side only. Problem. Aizawl is very peaceful. Lucknow is not peaceful.
Yes, sir.
Aizawl is peaceful, but Lucknow there is some problem.
Sir, I am using Mizoram University laptop.
But internet data is from Lucknow, no?
No, internet also, I am using Aizawl mobile. I am not in my chamber, just outside. I am using, yes.
So Amit Kumar ji, we will do one thing. Now it may not be possible to continue. Then what to do?
Hello?
Shall we suspend this class or this session, Amit ji? Now we try.
He is trying, sir. 2 minutes.
Sir, I think it will work now.
It is good now. It is good. It is good. No need to try.
Yeah.
Don't
Sir,
try. Don't try. You just speak. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, problem was not from my side.
But it's okay. It's okay. Someone has to do some MPhil on that.
Yes, sir.
So only thing is now it is 2:10.
Yeah.
Okay. So in next maybe at least 40 minutes time, you can speak 40 minutes. No problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And
Sir,
extempore is better. Extempore is better. You just continue.
Yes,
Okay?
extempore is better, sir. So I am not sharing the slide. Yeah, thanks to God, at least everything is now okay. We were discussing about the theory building in social science research, in which I just discussed about the research union. It means instead of just following this linear model of the research, we can go for the proposed model, which is like the union, which I discussed about the different philosophies. We discuss about the different choices. We discuss that what kind of strategies we will select, then what approaches will be selected, taken, and then finally, under which philosophy we are conducting research, what choices we are taking. So taking all those things together, we can design our objective and hypothesis. So after that, we discussed the different research philosophies. We discuss different research philosophies, in which we discuss about the rationalism, we discuss about the empiricism, we discuss about the natural philosophy, we talk about the positivism and anti-positivism approach. Those slides we are not able to see, but we discuss these things. And we also talk about that when we are talking about the this management and commerce research, or most of the social science research, which comes under this post-positivism approach, in which we go for the testing of hypothesis, or we go for the propositions also. So we consider both the things as a logic as well as the quantitative methodology for testing the hypothesis. After that, we were discussing about the paradigms as belief and the metaphysics. Hello? So metaphysics. So in this methodology, we just talked that how the great philosophers like Newton, Plato, Aristotle, they conducted the research, and their methodology were considered everywhere, whatever the discipline is that. So in those things, we had seen that some ontological questions were there, epistemological questions were there, and if we were taking together this ontological, when we were taking this ontological questions, where this how the nature of existing of being, means what type of questions, what is existing, what is, all things comes under this ontological questions. And how related questions, what are the processes, how these processes are taken place, all those things are related to this epistemological questions. And when we go with the synthesis of this ontological question and epistemological questions, that is the metaphysical inquiry or metaphysics. So these are the methodology which is followed by the great philosophers. So in this case, you will see that this is the basic of the research or identification of the problem as well as the hypothesis development. In next slide, our objective was that how we can compare two major type of research in the social science. That is, the one is the post-positivist approach, and another was that the interpretive or emancipatory. So on the basis of these three things which we have taken, three main dimensions, you can say, one was the ontology, the another was the epistemology, and another was the this methodology, what will be there. So in post-positivism, very easily you can see that ontology focuses on the critical realism. That reality imperfectly appropriate must be subjected to the widest possible critical phenomena. In emancipatory research, if you will see that the realities are appreciable as multiple, socially, empirically, experimentally constructed. In epistemology, when we are taking this post-positivist approach, the objectivity is regulatory ideal, means the external guardians like expressing knowledge and critical peers. So these were the basic things which we considered in the post-positivism. Another was that this transactional between inquiry and participants, conformity and interpretism. These were the interpretive or emancipatory research. So what will be the methodology that we will adopt in the post-positive as well as the interpretive research? So in post-positive approach, the critical multiplarism is the way of falsification of hypothesis. So if our hypothesis is that how we will prove this, so mainly the critical multiplicism is the way for making falsification of the hypothesis in post-positive approach. But when we are going for the interpretive or emancipatory research, then hermeneutical dialect will be the way by which we can go for the falsifications of this hypothesis. So many things, although it is very difficult for me to explain without the help of model, because in our slide we have taken the so many models. But when we are going for development of the hypothesis, so basically first we have to think that what is the theory. This is the very basic thing. A theory is the simplified representation of limited part of reality. So anything, any new knowledge that we are bringing to the academic world, if that is tested, that may be the part of theory. Now question comes that what is the aspects of reality and how we are taking those aspects of reality for making the reality. And when we look the hypothesis, the same thing is also that the hypothesis is just a tentative belief. Like if we are taking the example of gender discrimination, so there are gender discrimination is just a concept. You can't touch the gender discrimination. You can't transfer the gender discrimination. But in our mind, one concept is developed that gender discrimination. So we have to look at what are the aspects of reality by which such kind of concept is developed. So like if suppose that in our house, if girls are getting less opportunity or less chances in comparison to the boys, or food quality, boys are getting good quality of food and girls are getting bad quality of food. So these are the certain aspects of reality are like if I have only limited amount of money and I have one son, one daughter. So for son, I can send him very good school, and for the daughter, I am just sending low quality of school or medium quality of school. So these are the certain aspects of reality which build the concept. So now in the research, when we go for the hypothesis or when we go for the theorization of the things, So we identify any new aspects of reality and we test those things that it is true or it is the false. Just like for the gender discrimination, some things are established. These things what we discuss are very established norms and we can easily tell. But in another case, if you will look, that if I am not allowing my daughter uh, to work in the mines, so then question comes that is it a part of the gender discrimination or not? Then if we are consider that it is a part of gender discrimination or we are going to theorize this thing, we are making hypothesis like this, then we have to test this thing because it may not be a part of gender discrimination. It may be the hazardous or not suitable to the women to work in the mines because of their physical structure, because of their health related issues. Then simply we can't say that this is because of the gender discrimination. So generally when we talk about this in theory building, so I had in my slide that we can PPT that we can share in the group also. So one pyramidal structure you may get. So on the bottom of this, very easily you will get the observe, describe, and measure the phenomena, and that is the construct. Then in the second stage, you have to categorize the based upon the attributes of the phenomena, that is framework and typology. And finally, you can go for the statement of associations that will come up for the development of the model. So one theory building process that we were talking, and mainly this model was developed by one of my professor at IIM Ahmedabad. In a slide when I will share, you can see. So we discussed the upper half of the slide, in which very easily you can look that if there is one actual reality. Then when we are trying to make certain model or certain new concept to insert into the new aspect in the theory, then we go for the presumed reality. Presumed reality is our tentative belief. Hypothesis, the development of hypothesis or the development of theory started from here. Then we go for the logical conjectural exercises between the different aspects of reality. After that, measurement and research design. So our objective to discuss in this lecture up to the theory building process was mainly focusing on these steps. In this model, when you will look, the lower half, like analysis of data, observed reality versus the conjectures. So these things were mainly focusing on the testification of the theories. So one very important thing I want to discuss here, when we are going for the theory, what are the main units of the theory? So generally for building the theory, there are the 7 important units for the development of theory. First is the domain, in which culture we want to do research, where we are doing the research. Suppose if we are doing the research, conducting research on the people of the Mizoram, same thing is happening in the world, or what other things are happening in the other parts of world, we have nothing to do with these things. And in the quantitative way, if you will see, so when we go for the regression analysis, like y is equal to mx plus c, so where is this independent variable? So this domain describes the values that which we can take in the independent variables. Then another very important thing is the concept. Same word, if you will see, especially in the law or in the so many books, and if anybody had read the Kaplan's book, so Kaplan has given so many definitions on the concept. So in developing our theory, we should very clearly discuss the concept, describe the concept, and especially in the our introduction part. Otherwise, so many concept is perceptualized by other people in the other way, other researchers in other way. And I am thankful to, in so many cases, especially Professor Kumar sir, when we give our synopsis. So So he very closely observe the introduction part of those things, how we are describing the concepts, because otherwise they have the different meanings. Same thing may be the concept in one environment, but that may be the variable in the other environment. So in which environment, how we are describing the concept, that is very important, and this is the second aspects of the unit of theory. Then question comes about the variable. So we have to be very much clear, variable, if we are going for the quantitative research or if we are going for the hypothesis development, if there is a hypothesis, surely there will be the variables. But in qualitative research, and if there is no hypothesis, so many research we also get where there is no hypothesis or no variable. If no variable, then hypothesis will not be there. But in that case, qualitative, what you will get? You will get the relationship between two concepts and concept. And if the relationship is in between two concept and concept, then there is no questions of measurability. But then question comes that how will prove this thing? How will prove this relationship? Then the importance of logic comes here. And be sure all those things will be originated from where we will bring the logic, from where we will develop the analogy. So those things we can develop only through a very strong literature review. So that's why in any research, the literature review is most important part for developing the theory. And how we will go for this literature review? Generally what happens nowadays when we see, just we type in the Google some concept and we got a large number of papers and we download paper, so many students download paper, then chronologically they arrange those paper, and but that is not a proper way of literature review. If we will do like this, the lakhs and lakhs of papers are there, and so many papers are not fruitful, not useful also. But for the systematic literature review, if we are going, so in the beginning, first we have to select only one paper, which will be the, you can consider from the top journal in that field, or with the discussions of the peers, academics, like if in management, if we are searching, so we can take any good journal which is in FT50. Like if it is related to HR, if we can select any journal of management such publications, the one article first we have to select, and after that we have to look that what are the base concept that is discussed in that article. And though in every paper, good paper, so many references are given there, but paper moves only few references, not all. The contribution of few papers is more in particular paper. So in that case, you can see if 4 or 5 paper may be very important in that case. So if those 4 or 5 papers we can select, and then we can move on. So from 1 paper to 4 and 5 paper, then same thing we can adapt in 4 and 5 papers. We can identify what are the base concept discussed in those papers and what are the base papers on which this paper follows. So it becomes like tree diagram. And then question comes that where we will stop. So after some times you will get that things are repetitive, or you will get the research gap, you will get the some contradictory things, and this is purely judgment of the researcher, if where he should stop. When he gets some new insight, when he gets some research gap, or when he is not getting anything or any new thing from those things. But surely research gap we will get, and generally we start when we get the research gap. Another concept is that definitional statement. So definitional statement is very important for the developing this theory, and even in the most of the law and other or even any act or any guidelines also, when it comes from UGC, ICT, anywhere, we get certain definitional statements, means in what way they are considering a particular this, even like Gratuity Act. In the Gratuity Act, if you will see, the definitions of employee will be the different. But if you will see the Contract Act, then definitions of employee may be different. So in some definitions, suppose teachers are included, but in some definition, teachers may not be included. And in most of the act, in section 2, you will say, you will get the definitions. So that definitions are very important. And while writing this thesis or synopsis in introductions, closely we should get the definitions of those terminologies which we are using for making the hypothesis, which we are using in getting the objectives. So it is very important while going for this theory building or while developing the synopsis, we have to look those things. In the introduction parts, these definitions are given or not, but sometimes, most of the times, we see that in what terminologies or what concept we are adopting in the hypothesis and objective, and very less literature support we are getting in review, as well as no clear-cut definitions we are getting in the introductions. So we have to look those things. Then premises, we have to set the boundary. And when we are talking about the scope of our research, it comes from the premises. How we will set our boundary and in what culture, what environment. So that is very important in theory building process. Then as we were talking about discussing, either there will be the proposition or there will be the hypothesis. If the relationship that we are building for the theory, if variables are there which can be measured, means either minimum one dependent variable, one independent variable, then we will go for the hypothesis. And otherwise, when we are just taking that relationship is in between the concept and concept, or construct and construct, somewhere you will get. The construct is nothing but the, when we are taking this in specific purposes for the research, then concept is generally used as the construct, or interchangeably these meanings are, these terminologies are also used. So in qualitative research, you will not write the hypothesis. In any qualitative research, if you are getting hypothesis, surely it should be rejected without any observation, just by simple looking. And next, we can also talk a little bit about the transition from descriptive theory to the normative theory. So I used to try the two models there, how descriptive theory will become the normative theory. So this a configuration based approach, and I will share this PPT, and if anything problem will come, so surely today we face a lot of problem. So we can, if any questions, any problems come, so surely I can answer. So today I am so sorry that because of this technical problem, so many things we can't discuss. But if anything is coming from the participant side, so we can discuss those things also.
Thank you very much, Professor Amit Kumar ji. And despite those technical issues, right?
Yes, sir.
I think you did well, and actually you have chosen a difficult topic, I should say, because I know you are very comfortable with some OB related, any topic related to OB or HRM. I know it doesn't require much preparation for you. Actually, speaking on research is very difficult, not only for you, for anyone. Speaking on research is very difficult because research is all about doing.
Yes,
so,
sir.
So it is all about doing. It is like explaining how to ride a cycle. So one has to do practice, practicing riding a bicycle rather than giving a lecture about how to ride a bicycle, right? So anyway.
No, sir, that's why my lecture was required so many model and PPT, and that base is not working as today. So how I can explain that from this link you have to move to this link? So that problem I am facing.
Anyway, please share your PPT with us, and I think already you shared. Already you shared your
Already I
PPT,
shared, sir. Yes, sir.
and I will share with our participants, and they will certainly understand what you want to say. And already most of them did their PhD in different universities, and some of them are also supervising PhD scholars.
Yeah, I will share, sir. I will share the note on this topic
Okay.
because our professor Vijay Seri Chand and some professor in IIM Ahmedabad, those who were taking this paper, they
Yeah.
published their note in the form of book. So PDF copy may be with me.
So
So
they, yeah, sure, sure.
all the 7 units are given explained in a very nice way there. I will surely share, sir, by tomorrow.
Professor Amit Kumar, here is a question from Dr. Sanjay Sinha. Dr. Sanjay Sinha is asking, sir, I want to see the impact of COVID on trade between India and South Asian countries. What statistical model should I apply? I think question is not that clear. Maybe he wants to study about impact of COVID on trade between India and South Asian countries in the context of COVID. I mean, is there any statistical model should I apply? Very difficult to answer such type of questions actually, but Amit, you may try.
Yeah. I will. This is very difficult question, and I will read this question. I will search this question, and then I will reply him, sir.
Yeah. It requires, you see, it requires some research even to answer such type of questions.
Yeah, because
please don't get ready-made answers, yes or no type answers, because one has to do some preliminary literature review to get answers for such type of questions. Okay, Amitji.
Sir, even in the different country, different types of trade, they have certain other assumptions. First, we have to look those assumptions. Thousands of statistical tests are there. So immediately you can't say that this particular statistical test will be suitable for that. Without any preliminary research, we can't say that this particular statistical test is appropriate.
Amit Kumar ji, because you can spare 10 more minutes, na? I think there is no problem. Now it is 2:40, not 2:38. So one question I want to ask you one. No problem, na?
5-10 minutes, no problem, sir. After that, I have to go for meeting. Yes.
Yeah, I know you have a meeting at 3 o'clock. So one simple question I am asking you, because the answer you are going to give for this question would be useful for the younger faculty. That is why. See, in my introduction, I told that you could become, you could elevate yourself to the level of professor in a central university, in an open post, not under CAS. And in the process of your journey, and what strategy you deployed to prove yourself as a reasonably good teacher and a good researcher, and third role is a good organizer, a good citizen in the organization.
Sir, all those 3 things you are saying, it is very difficult to separate these things. A good teacher, if we will link up the new research, we will try to bring those research in the classes. So researcher and teacher, both will go together. And any research, if it is not important for a good citizen, so that is not for the academic world or for the society. So 3 things are together, sir. Because if we are a very good researcher and making bomb and throwing to the society, so that is not appreciable. But only thing is that what I achieve, instead of so many teacher faculty, I also see like if we are writing the paper, they even making the group of teachers writing papers, So instead of doing work alone, we should involve our students, our colleagues at the every moment. Then the real learning will come, sir. Otherwise, what happens? If I am very efficient and I am not transferring those knowledge to the organization or other employees or our research scholars, so after some time, even if I forget, if I left the organization, so these things will be left. So anyhow, we have to involve all the things. And even in teaching community, if you can see, for any other job, like civil services and other, after selection, they get training for 2 years or 1 year, whatever the different job, surely they get the training. But in teaching, after PhD, if anybody is selected for the assistant professor, directly he or she have to do all the work. Because it is assumed that while doing PhD, they learn all the academic activity which is required for the teaching. So even research, sometimes the class, sometimes participation in the seminar, organizing in the seminar, research project, everywhere we have to involve our scholars, we have to involve our students. So simultaneously, the career will build up, sir.
Thank you, Professor Amit Kumarji. And now you are a professor in Rural Management Department. That is unusual department, not a common type of management department. And I know, as your colleague, I know that you conducted 2 or 3 seminars in collaboration with NABARD in Aizawl. And maybe that prompted you to get some research projects from NABARD.
Yes, sir.
NABARD means it is all about the rural economy. And now I could understand that your initiatives in organizing those seminars and your involvement in doing some research sponsored by NABARD might have helped you to make you a professor in Rural Management Department. Am I right?
Sir, that helped me, but I would also like to inform that even after Academic Council and our EC, my department name is now changed. So now it is the Department of Management.
Oh.
Because what problem were coming, department name was the Rural Management. And courses were, one course was the MBA in Rural Management, other courses was MBA in Finance, MBA in Marketing, and MBA in HR. So when students were going for the job or even applying for the PhD teaching job, so their degree was in the Rural Management. So what we realized and we did, management is a broader term. So that's why we changed the department name and school name also. So now school name is School of Management. Department name is Department of Management. Under the Department of Management, we are going to run 3 courses. One is the MBA Rural Management, because this was from the beginning, and this university is designed for the rural and this marginalized people. So surely that courses will continue. So one is the MBA in Rural Management. Another will be the MBA with specialization in HR, Marketing, Finance, and this defense studies also. We are planning for this. Another course that we are going to run, that Executive MBA, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that Rural Management Trust is still there. So
Rural Management course will be there,
yes.
but department name and school name will be changed, sir. Means already approved from the EC. So it will go to the notification will come by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and it will go to the president. If within 1 month nothing will come, then it will be approved, because it is ordinance change. That's why intimation should go to the president officer.
So thank you, Professor Amit Kumarji. So I'm just requesting Professor Bhartendra Singh to take over, and he will conclude your session in brief.
Hello, Professor Amitji. It was a nice talk from you and a good discussion with Professor Jyoti Kumar. So I know you are busy. You are having some meeting just after this, and somehow you have managed your time here. So I would like to say thanks from on behalf of all the participants, all 36 participants, and Department of Commerce and HRDC of Mizoram University. So thanks for sparing your time for talking about a very relevant topic. Thanks for joining. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.
Though I am feeling so sorry because of a lot of disturbances.
It happens, you know. It is part of
These are part
life, part of virtual life. Huh?
But first time I am facing this problem, sir. No, that's why. And I was very much concerned on your lecture. That's why I think